Welcome everyone to Design Bytes, a weekly series that takes a look at and breaks down good, bad, and interesting instances of game design. Today's video is all about one of the most recognized intros ever found in a video game. An intro that acquainted us to a group of characters new and old while setting the tone for an upcoming adventure. An intro so bold that during its time in the spotlight, no one could predict how legendary it would become. Let's break down why Donkey Kong 64's DK rap is one of the best intros a game could have and how it affects the overall game design of DK 64.
Here we go.
You might be thinking, the DK rap? Seriously? That goofy, over-the-top, ridiculous rap song about Donkey Kong characters while also being meme-worthy on the internet? Yeah, we're really talking about that DK rap, and if we take away the jokes and memes and really dig into it, we can see that it is a well-designed video game intro. Rare created it with purpose. It's a method of teaching players about DK64's cavalcade of characters, a way of understanding each character's unique abilities, and a way to set the tone for the Kong's 3D debut. Donkey Kong 64 is a polarizing 3D platformer, and one of the main reasons people have split opinions on it is the large cast of playable characters found in the game. Gameplay reasons aside, Rare needed a way to introduce these characters and make them very memorable, since more than half of them were new to the series. Remember, the Donkey Kong franchise back in the early 2000s under Rare was competing with Mario himself as Nintendo's premier platforming mascot, so making memorable characters was top priority because it seemed like they would be around for years to come. There's a ton of different ways a developer can introduce a character, but the DK rap itself was a fun and memorable way to do it. All 5 of the playable Kongs have a dedicated section of the rap that introduces them. The rap starts off with DK's introduction for familiarity before introducing 2 new characters, Tiny and Lanky respectively, in verses 2 and 3, which is a great way of creating an association with the series' main hero. Diddy is reintroduced to the series in verse 4 as a way of bringing it back to a familiar face before it finishes up with the final newcomer, Chunky Kong. Each character's verse is roughly the same length, and because the rap uses a clear and simple rhyming structure, it's always easy to relate the characters back to the song, which instantly creates memorability. But the DK rap does do more than just mix a sick beat with some fun rhymes. It actually describes what each character can do in-game, and this is important. From the rap itself, we learn that DK is the all-around character, Tiny can make herself small while echoing her namesake, Lanky has stretchy arms and can inflate himself to rise higher, Diddy has a jetpack to fly and can play the guitar, and Chunky Kong is large and in charge and can pick up boulders. This is a subtle and entertaining way of not only introducing some game mechanics like weapons and instruments that the Kongs will get, but it also defines the characters into their respective archetypes while making them more memorable. Even people who have never played Donkey Kong 64 can tell you at least one thing about each character if they're familiar with the rap. Defining these characteristics does have a gameplay purpose, of course. Every level in the game, including the first one, requires each Kong to be used at some point. Because the Kongs need to be unlocked, and they all aren't available from the start, the rap has already communicated to players that they won't be able to handle some obstacles when they come across them for the first time. The rap is so memorable that it strongly imprints character abilities into a player's mental model. A mental model is the way which players can take in information about a world or system, and it allows them to make an educated guess to reach a somewhat predictable outcome based on what they know. In this case, the game is emphasizing character switching, and it's something that players will have to do constantly throughout the adventure. And of course, the DK rap also sets the tone of Donkey Kong 64, and that's what it does best. DK64 is the story of how King K. Rool built a mechanical island with a giant laser cannon to destroy Donkey Kong's island, but fails after losing a boxing match against the Kongs. It's cartoonish, it's lighthearted, it's a ridiculous plot with a silly antagonist, and the DK rap makes players understand that tone right from the very start. The intro to any piece of media, whether it's a book, film, or video game, has the biggest opportunity to communicate what it's about by setting a tone, and the DK rap nails the atmosphere that permeates throughout the adventure. It works because the rap never takes itself seriously while being wholeheartedly captivating and entertaining. The DK rap might not have been a chart topper worldwide, but it's a fascinating instance of how even the silliest things can contribute to a game's design when they're done correctly. DK64 as a game has a lot of things going for it and a lot of things going against it. We could talk about its endless coins, bananas, items, and other collectibles all day, but the DK rap is such a memorable part of the experience that sometimes it transcends the game itself. People may not remember a specific level, boss, or set piece from the game, but you know what they do know? The DK rap. Rare did a terrific job of creating a memorable intro that helped acquaint us with a new cast of characters while successfully setting the tone for DK64, and the rap has stood the test of time ever since.